Materials needed include paper base for jewelry, this antique gold accessory. We're going to be using this hook. We're going to be using glass beads. We're going to be needing a needle, transparent fishing line. We're going to be needing a plier, a cutter, bendable pins, and just these golden rings. The first thing you want to do is to take your golden accessory and place it on this white paper base to have something like this. And the next thing you want to do is just to use your scissors to cut out all the excess papers that you have on the sides. So you're going to cut it into the shape of the accessories, just like this. So this is exactly what you're aiming to get. Next thing you want to do is to thread your needle with your fishing line. I have already done that. And then I'm going to start sewing this with my needle and thread. So I'm just putting it under it like this. And I'm just going to make sure I secure my accessory and the paper together like this. And I'm just going to keep going until I have it all secured. So I have secured my paper and my jewelry together, and this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do is to try to bring my thread to the middle of my accessory just to be able to achieve this. So I'm going to be picking my blue beads. I'm going to be picking my blue beads and attaching them onto my accessory. So I'm going to be bringing my thread into the holes one after the other so that it doesn't really show at the end or in the middle of the bead, and I get closer to the middle just like this. So I'm really aiming for this middle part. And that's why I'm using a very thin fishing line so that it doesn't really show. Some people glue this up, but I think the sewing it is a lot better than gluing it, so I prefer to sew so that it doesn't fall off eventually. So now I have gotten to the middle of my accessory, and I'm just going to be picking my beads one after the other. So I'll pick and I'll go into the next hole, and there you have something like this. Then I come out again through the back like this, and I pick another one, and I'm going to make sure I do this in a circular motion, in a circular way, so that all my beads are aligned to the middle of my accessory, just like this. So every time I pick, I insert my needle back into the accessory and the paper, and I pick another bead. Oh, I actually have to pick when my needle is outward. So I'm just going to continue picking my needle, my beads like this with my needle. So now I have picked 4 beads, and I'm just going to, I have my fishing line here and my needle. I'm now just going to pass my fishing line through all the beads. I'm not picking beads now, I'm just passing it through them. And just to make I'm doing this just to make sure that my beads are firm and not moving. So you just want to pass your needle through the beads. Just like that. So after I have done this, I will continue picking my beads, and I'm just going to do the next line just like I've been doing. I'll put it in and I'll bring it out again, and I'll pick another one. So once I have a full circle, I pass it through it again just like I did with the 4. So I pick a bead, I put it into the accessory and the paper, and I pass it out again, and then I pick another bead. And I'm just going to continue. You want to make sure it's as close as possible to the other beads that you have. So you're just going to continue this process until you have something like this. So now I have my beads on my accessories. I'm not following any particular pattern, so they're not going to look exactly the same, but they're just supposed to like fill up and make like a pattern in the middle of the accessories. So once I am done, I'll just pass my needle through all the beads again, or any one that my needle can go through, and then I will be ending my bead or my threading just at the back, because you don't want to let anything show up here. So now I have already done that. I have everything is really holding on and nothing is shaking. So now I know that my beads have been secured, and I can just cut off the transparent yarn or fishing line. So you're going to be needing 4 of this to make the armband, and it's just that easy. So the next thing we're going to do after I properly secure my beads is to make this right in the middle of the bead, in the middle of the accessory, something like this that is holding the accessories together. And so for that, we are going to need a bendable pin and a bead. We're also going to need our pliers. So this is exactly what we're trying to achieve. So I'm just going to put in my bead in the middle of my bendable pin like this. I would bend it to the side and just make a loop at the top, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm just going to bend it to the back and eventually make a loop at the top with my plier, and that is just it. So you want to have something like this. This I'll be using to attach my accessories together and my beads, and I'm going to be needing 4 of this. So now I have about 4 of this already, and I'm also going to be needing like 5 of this. I already attached the first one, so I'm going to attach all these ones to each other now. So what I'm going to do is just to put this in like this, and I will close it up with my plier just like that. So I'm just going to attach the other one to it, and I'll also close it up just like this. So I attached the second one. I'm also going to, the third one, I'm going to attach the fourth one now. I'll just reveal my bendable pin a little bit, and I will do the same thing I've been doing. I'll just curve the ends a little bit so that it stays intact. And there we have the last one. So there we have it. So now the next thing I want to do is to attach the hooks. So I still have 2 of this left. So I'm going to still reveal one side. I would attach this to it and close it just like that. So before I close it up, I'll just attach my hook to it. Just like that, and there I have my hook secured to it. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'll just reveal it a bit. Put it in just like that and close it right back. You can also use rings like this for the middle, but I just wanted to have like beads in the middle, so I decided not to use a ring. So I'm going to, okay, so I don't have to reveal this because the rings I'm going to be using at the end are openable. So I'll just connect it to it like this, and there we have a hook. So this is what we would have at the end of it. It's a beautiful bracelet, and yeah, I could decide to have more rings if I want, because yeah, everybody's not going to be using the same hand size as me, so this is just help it go a little bit longer. It's optional. And the last thing I want to do is this. I'm going to be using my head pin. I'll put a bead into it like this. I will bend it over. I could even use 2 beads. I'll bend it over like that, and I'll just cross it over like this. Just so that I am able to have like a taste of blue at the end. So just reveal this pin a little bit, and I can pop this right into it like this, so that when I wear it, it would look something like this. So this is what I have been able to do. And yeah, I wanted to show you the inside. It's quite invisible, but when you have this, you can actually glue another one onto it, and I mean another paper onto this, just to prevent all this. That's if you want to make it look more professionally, but if not, you can actually just leave it like this. So this is the final result of our bracelet. This is so lovely, and yeah, it can be worn for summer, for occasions. It's just perfect. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like my videos.